Hey folks, Crazy Clever 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at game number 9 in our 20 from 1988 series. And this is a bowling game, and it's really not graphically impressive, but at the time there was nothing quite like it, and this is called Capcom Bowling. This was super popular, and despite the title, this was not actually created by Capcom. This was created by a company called Incredible Technologies, and this is a trackball game. This also had the Capcom license, so I'm going to co-credit them. But this had fantastic sound effects, great sense of humor, and we'll look into that in a little bit. But this had a trackball and 2 buttons to hook your ball to the left or right. And to start with, I played this in an emulator and with keyboard controls. And they are so much easier to use. You have to know where to bowl the sweet spot and use hook in order to get strikes pretty much every time. But I was able to have a perfect game, and we'll look at that in a little bit. You can play up to 4 players, but they're alternating. You can't have 2 players simultaneous play on this game. But we'll go ahead and get started. Now, there is a solid stripe to the left and right of the center dot. And if you can get the ball at least very close to split down the middle of that stripe and use the hook, you have funny animations. Use a little bit of hook. Just a little, and see where I have the hook set to. And just bowl it on, run it down the left stripe to from the center, and you just get strike after strike. If it's not perfectly down the middle, it has to be really close. But you get really funny little animations. And this was the big draw for me. You get dead aim, congratulations, seal of approval, pow, hop to it, great balls of fire, boulder dash, clean sweep, oh yeah, double, turkey, 4-bagger, holy cow, attaboy, and then there's ones for when you don't bowl very well. But yeah, with little practice, it's not hard to get a perfect game. But like I said, try to get your ball split down the middle with the left or right stripe from the center. And have hook to the right if you're on the left, and have hook to the left if you're on the right. But just 1 degree of hook. And note that you can set... you can adjust the hook to have more or less, and I just use 1 little bit of hook, but you have to set it from the point, from the stripe that I told you, and there's a perfect game. But we will also look at me trying to use my mouse as the trackball, and it is super hard to do. See, it says up to 4 players can bowl, but they're alternating. So you have to let your friend go up to the control panel. See, it's much harder. You can get a foul by accidentally going over the line before you're ready to give it enough push on the trackball. It's just easier to give it the full roll by using the control or the keyboard through an emulator. And you hear a timer run, and you see an hourglass start to empty. Sorry, the sounds didn't quite match up at this point, but yeah. If you've never played bowling, and you're probably living in a cave, but there was a foul. If you go over the line too early before you actually give it enough push with the trackball, then you will not be able to score any points on your first attempt. I just love the animations. Oops, there was a gutter ball. But yeah, I saw this at all the arcades. Some of the arcades had multiple Capcom bowling cabinets. But there were not really any bowling games quite like this one at the time. They would get much better after this, especially with League Bowling for the Neo Geo, which is really awesome. That was my mouse game. I didn't get a high enough score to get on the high score list that time. And we're going to look at a little bit of multiple players. And like I said, you alternate turns. But again, this was created by Incredible Technologies and licensed to Capcom. But Incredible Technologies made the game. They went on to create Time Killers, and I think they also created the Golden Tee Golf series, or at least the first game, or maybe first handful of games. Whoops. I didn't really try here very much. And I'm using the trackball again, or the mouse for the trackball. I just wanted to show you what it looked like to have 4-player alternating play. You just basically play the same game of bowling, but you just have your buddy step up and try a flat ball. I just love those little animated scenes there. I liked this back in the day quite a bit. It was pretty cool, but yeah, there was nothing quite like this at the time. Not graphically impressive, but still very, very, very fun. But that was I slowed it down a little bit there. That was Capcom Bowling, game number 9 in our 20 from 1988 series. This is Crazy Clown Racing. Thanks for watching Capcom Bowling, created by Incredible Technologies and Capcom, 1988. Hope to see you soon for game number 8. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.